I love the Denver Broncos. I'm sorry. I mean, I have put my heart and soul into this, and the Denver Broncos are first class. They've had great leadership. They do everything the right way. It's a people business, and they care about people. And to be able to work in an organization that the leadership cares about people so much is phenomenal. And I mean, obviously they care about the community. I mean, it is a business, but the bottom line is they care about people, and consequently they make you feel that way too, that you need to care for people. And it's a relationship business, and geez, the relationships that you've developed, or I've developed over the years, has been phenomenal. But it's such a class organization. We treat people the right way, and you know, I've just been blessed to have the opportunity to work here. No question about it. I mean, you learn to love people. You love the players. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, you know, it's a bittersweet thing, you know. You work hard to have the opportunity to retire, but to walk away from something you love, you know, that's why I've been here so long. Well, obviously the Broncos have allowed me to be here that long, but to stay in a position, have the opportunity to stay in a position all these years, you know, it's because you love doing what you're doing, and I loved doing what I'm doing. And I was talking to a friend of mine out home this past weekend, and he said, I remember years ago you said you were going to work for the Denver Broncos someday. Look at you, 45 years later, you did it. Actually, you know, I used to watch the games. I was a very loyal kid Bronco fan. When I was a pup, and you know, I always sat with my dad on Sunday watching the games, and I thought, man, if I could work for the Denver Broncos, that'd be unbelievable. And once I got into the field of athletic training, you know, that was my goal. Someday, somehow, some way, if I'm ever given the opportunity, I'm going to jump at it, because, you know, that would be the ultimate. And, you know, really, it's a dream. You know, it's been an incredible thing. You know, I've always been one of these people that have the mindset that you got to defend your desk in everything that you do. And in order to do that, you got to be at your desk. So, you know, the focus is always being on the job and focusing on the Denver Broncos. In retrospect, this has never been a job. It's been a career. I've never looked at it in the sense of people talk about their jobs and how I don't care how hard they are. If you love what you're doing, you don't ever have to worry about your job, because there has never been a morning or an evening when I went home, a morning when I came to work, an evening when I went home, that I didn't say, hey, you know, why am I doing this? You know, my focus has always been, you know, you coming to work. I love coming to work every morning. I loved it, which is probably going to be a hard thing for me, but I love coming to work in the morning. I've been around some great physicians through my career. I've had great assistant athletic trainers. In fact, one of them has taken over the past 3 or 4 years as a head athletic trainer, Vince Garcia. But I mean, obviously the great player relationships. When I first came here, Otis Armstrong was a #1 draft choice, spent the whole year on IR with a hamstring. My whole focus and mindset, that guy is going to be back on the field and we're going to get him ready. I mean, you know, you think of little things like that, but I mean, obviously the John Elways, the Pat Bolins, the Joe Ellises, the many general managers. John Beek was a special person, or is a special person. You know, but most of all, the players. I love being around the players, and the energy the players bring, and the relationships you develop with players. Obviously today it's a little bit different than it was in the earlier days, but the Randy Gradishars, the Gary Zimmermans, as Terrell Davises, guys you rehab, and they hurt when they're in the athletic training room and going through rehab. They hurt, and you hurt for them. You grow close to them, and you want them back on the field more than anything in the world that's going on. I mean, you get that kind of relationships, and it was phenomenal. Shannon Sharps, it's just phenomenal. The people, Peyton Manning, say. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, it's just relationships are probably the number one thing. I just am so thankful to the Denver Broncos for the opportunity that I was given 45 years ago, and the blessing that I've gotten from being an employee of the Denver Broncos all these years. I love the Denver Broncos. I always will love the Denver Broncos, and I'm just been so blessed to have the opportunity to be here. I thank the Denver Broncos.